Big Sky Outdoors, powered by Town Pump, fueling your next outdoor adventure, is also brought to you by Counter Assault, your ultimate protection in the wild. By Montana Army Navy, get it, get out, and live it. The Outdoor Report is provided by Montana Fish, Wildlife, and Parks. And Bob Ward's, everything outdoors, Montana style.
This is a running town. Oh yeah, big time.
To me, I think it's just a huge stress reliever. It makes me happy when I'm out there running and just challenging myself.
This right here doesn't happen in every city in America. So to have a group like this, to have a running class like this, and to have a running club like we have makes us pretty lucky.
I did not run. I kind of had to get into the groove, and as I started running, I blossomed, I guess you would say, in a way.
The mission of Run Wild Missoula is to promote running and walking for people of all ages and abilities. Help people to be healthier, help people to be fitter, help people to feel better about themselves and the community that they're in, and to be able to experience all the great stuff that we have in Missoula. It's fantastic because all these people that otherwise never would have been runners have gotten off the couch and they've worked themselves into being fitter, healthier, so they're more productive, they're generally happier.
Just huge groups coming in now.
Run Wild Missoula is one of the best running clubs I have ever seen. It provides connections and resources, and they centralize the running that goes on in Missoula. As a result, you don't find competition. People work together to put together the best products for runners, the best events for runners, the best clinics for runners.
This is a very simple training program. You have a lot of different kind of runners in here, and that's awesome. And so we're here for everybody.
I just can't say enough about the organization. It's just wonderful. The support that you get through Run Wild Missoula is amazing. It's really improved my running so much, just overall.
You get to share an experience with each other that you don't experience in any other part of your life.
And people kind of look out for each other. Some of my really good friends that I've made through some of the group stuff through Run Wild Missoula.
What we try to do is provide a little bit of something for everybody. We have 5Ks, we've got trail runs up to 15K, we've got the marathon and the half marathon, we have 10Ks.
This is one of Run Wild Missoula's favorite events every year, having all of you fantastic divas out here.
The Diva Run brings a lot of focus into cancer and cancer awareness. We are having the Mountain Jumbo Run this year, which is focusing on the open space and conservation lands around Missoula. Every month, at the end of the month, we have a beer run. The group goes out for a run and then gets together and samples the beer, a little bit of food, supporting the local taverns and the local businesses. Whether you're a beginning runner, whether you want to learn about being out on trails and trail running.
This is called kinesio tape. It has some stretch to it. I use it a ton for plantar fasciitis type symptoms.
We have classes on nutrition. Lots of different opportunities for runners to learn more about the sport. And so we provide that spectrum to let them grow as runners and hopefully help them to grow as people.
It's boosted my overall self-esteem, it's boosted my self-confidence. You know, it's inspired me to try to inspire other people.
Fast or slow, large or small, old or young, really anybody can be part of this community of runners and part of this group and part of Run Wild Missoula and be accepted.
Since 1953, Town Pump has proudly served our communities as Montana's best convenience store. Town Pump offers a huge selection on all your favorite products, and we're always expanding to meet your needs. This month's specials include all sizes of fountain drinks, just $1. Corn dogs are 2 for $2, and Budweiser, Miller, and Coors 30-pack of cans, only $21.99. Town Pump is here to serve your community, so come visit Montana's best convenience store today.
There's something magical about running in Missoula. This is one of the very special places. It's like sacred ground for running.
I'm from Vancouver, Washington. This will be my 24th marathon.
I'm from Anchorage, Alaska. I'm running the half marathon tomorrow morning.
This is my first marathon.
I think I've run about 20, and Missoula Marathon is by far, has been my favorite.
It's just breathtaking views, beautiful town, and we're really looking forward to the course.
The people involved in organizing it are passionate about running, and that passion is what's driving this. People love running in this town. Starting at 6 a.m., it's really nice to have the sun coming up and the view of the entire valley, you know, the surrounding mountains. That's probably the difference.
All right, enjoy the road into Missoula.
You know, you try to find a course that's a little bit of everything, and I think that's a little bit of what Missoula is. I find it hard to want to leave Missoula. Besides our climate and all those other things, for somebody who wants to be healthy and be active and live in a true community, you know, you have most of the benefits of maybe a bigger town, but you still get that community feel where you walk down the street and see people you know when you go out to lunch, and that for me is the community feel is what makes Missoula to me.
It's just gorgeous, it's laid back. I could move here. I seriously could move here.
You have a lot of fun things to do within a very short radius of where the race takes place. Good places to stay right in that area. You can walk to the start, walk back from the finish. These are things that are hard to find these days.
We're in Montana. I mean, it's not the New York Marathon or it's not the big urban marathon. You're gonna have thousands of people around you, but it's gonna be pretty quiet everywhere else.
I've run a lot of marathons, and they have different personalities. They have different courses. This one is one of the top 4 or 5 courses that I've ever run on in my life. You get to run in a beautiful ranch setting, and then up on the hillsides overlooking the valley, and then wind through the beautiful town of Missoula. And it just draws you along as you go, mile after mile, and pretty soon you realize you're at 22, 24, and you're headed right towards that finish line.
What a fabulous event we have this whole weekend. Let's give a big hand to Run Wild Missoula.
The thing that I believe draws people back to this event as opposed to other events is that the folks who run the event are friendly. They do almost anything they possibly can do to support the runner and to help the runner who needs something.
Very organized, very informative, lots of updates via newsletter, social media, so felt really prepared coming into this of everything we needed to do to be ready.
We have all 50 states every year now, and I believe this year we're going to have 10 plus countries. In 2010 we were USA's best marathon, and we've gotten a lot of other awards, one of the top 10 beginning marathons for a beginner to run. What we always talk about with our race officials, when we have meetings all year long, we talk about paying attention to details. Making sure we have a great medal, making sure we have great timing, making sure we have a great course, great shirts. By paying attention to detail, I think that makes a big difference.
Once you start coming into town, you really do start picking up on the people.
You make that last turn onto Higgins, and all of a sudden, boom, you go from University area to I'm in the heart of downtown. There'll be thousands of people around downtown. It goes from feeling like rural Montana to, okay, there's some energy down here.
It's a lot of excitement, a lot of people. You get that rush from all the people lining the streets and cheering you on.
This is my 21st marathon, and I thought the people were so friendly. The spectators were wonderful. It was a great experience.
We had the fastest ever marathon run in the state of Montana.
This is my 280th marathon today. This is definitely one of my top 10 favorites. The professionalism of the race, the way they treat you on the course, great volunteers, great spectators. I mean, everything's just well organized to perfection.
Missoula has been super welcoming, very nice people. Absolutely, if somebody wants to do a half marathon or a full marathon, this is a great place to do it.
I'll see you next year.
Army-Navy is your hunting headquarters. It's the best place around when you're serious about saving money on the things you need to go hunting. Knife sharpeners, wool gloves, backpacking meals, optics, socks, boots, insoles, stoves. Why, it's a virtual hunter's checklist. All name brands and all at fantastic savings. On Highway 2 in Evergreen and Highway 93 in Whitefish. MontanaArmyNavy.com.
Get out and live it.
RATPOD is a 125-mile loop ride that's a fundraiser for Can't Make a Dream and crosses some of the most beautiful terrain in western Montana.
The Big Hole Valley sells itself because it's so beautiful. It's essentially carless. For a road rider, it's heaven. I mean, it's like this golden ride. The route of RATPOD, which stands for Ride Around the Pioneers in One Day, starts and ends in the fabulous town of Dillon, Montana, which I've fallen in love with. So you start at 6 in the morning, right when the sun's coming up, on the beautiful campus of University of Montana Western. You head out of town and immediately you're in this meadowlark-filled field, and as you start to warm up, you start going up this hill and you climb this pass called Badger Pass. Then you're really getting warm. And then you come down this hill and it's like one of the most glorious downhills you can do on a bicycle. And you rip down that thing and you head into a stop.
We're about 33, 34 miles in with some of the best hills to climb yet to come.
Trying to balance the amount of fuel I want to get in here with the steepness of the hill that's coming up and what I don't want to see coming up, going up that hill.
And then after Polaris, after the breakfast stop, we start up toward the scenic byway, up the climb that goes toward Crystal Park.
And you're basically on top of a plateau of the Pioneer Mountains. And then you come down that valley along the Wise River, and the Wise River is laughing on your right. Everybody's smiling, and at lunch it's in the town of Wise River. And then you have a bit of a challenge. You have these 3 killer hills right outside of the town of the Divide.
How you feeling?
Feeling good.
Butt sore.
While I'm out there riding and getting tired and breathing hard going up hills, it seems like if I just remind myself why we're doing this, why I'm doing this, the cause, Can't Make a Dream, it makes it worthwhile.
You know, we're riding for a purpose, and that purpose is those kids that can't make a dream, and there's nothing better than that.
Again, there's a great downhill and you go into these beautiful little towns and you have basically a 10-mile ride from the bottom of that hill into Dillon. Come into Dillon and it's festive. You go in and get a barbecue, get something to drink, and listen to live music on the lawn at Dillon.
just this like overwhelming joy. Everybody's there for the same purpose. It's a joyful time, it's very fun, and the atmosphere there is just like, let's party, basically.
You know, RATPOD started off as a fundraising event. One of several that we do in a year, certainly became more and more important each year, and now I cannot imagine what we would do if RATPOD wasn't the success that it is today.
Over the last 10 years with the ride, we've raised approximately $1,700,000, and we should hit $2 million this year.
I mean, it's incredible, and you won't come out of that ride not having met somebody that has impacted you in some way. RATPOD, wow!
Counter-Assault, the original bear deterrent, has been made, developed, and scientifically tested in Montana for nearly 30 years.
Counter-Assault is what I chose for my staff based on my personal experience, scientific testing, and it's the only one that met all the expert recommendations. Spray time and spray distance are important in a bear attack, and Counter-Assault has both. As an avid hiker, hunter, and outdoorsman, Counter-Assault is my first line of defense in bear country.
Carry what the professionals carry. Counter-Assault, Grizzly Tough Bear Spray. Look for the red can.
Find your next adventure at Bob Ward's Sports and Outdoors. Bob Ward's Sports and Outdoors, Montana style.
Here's this week's outdoor report by our friends at Montana Fish, Wildlife, and Parks.
44 years ago, Bozeman natives Jim and Judy Wantelock began their outdoor adventure. In the beginning, still photography was a reference for Jim's fine art wildlife painting. As time went by, he added video, and Judy took over the still camera. Today, Jim's video footage appears in productions by National Geographic, and Judy's still photographs have been published by major national magazines. And now Wantelocks are launching into a new venture, using their images to get children interested in nature.
There's so many kids out there that don't know anything about the outdoors. I mean, here we live in this beautiful place. Everything's just perfect. If this doesn't do something for you, I mean, it's just because you haven't been exposed to it.
So what we do is Jim videos it. We have the action of wildlife doing its own thing. And then we put stills in between, and that it gives a short 5-minute video of some kind of behavior. For example, the elk in the rut, which is their mating season. So he has it in video in live time on what's going on with them. And I have the shots of the little calves, just a single calf, a single cow, a big bull, 2 bulls fighting.
And I think it's just a great learning tool. I think it's important to be able to stop down the action and see, that's an elk, that's what he does. That's a sharp-tailed grouse, that's what it does. And it's doing this, and you're watching it, and you go, really? Does it really do all those things?
So we're going to just put them on YouTube and have people be able to use them. We're hoping that educators will use them with their kids in the schools. That's our plan. Our website's jwanlock.com. And we'll just be giving different short videos of different things we've seen.
Due to digital cameras, electronic editing, and internet broadcast, the productions can be continually upgraded as Jim and Judy gather new material in the field. This is Mike Gurnett, out with Montana's Fish, Wildlife, and Parks.
Check out the Montana Experience YouTube channel. Weekly stories from across Big Sky Country.